Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Angels Life. On this video, I will be driving through the city of Prattville, Alabama, which is a suburb of Montgomery, Alabama. Now, Prattville, Alabama is a growing community. It's growing at a rate of 9.7% as of the 2020 census. Now, Prattville is located in two counties. It's located in Autauga County, Auga, and Elmore County. So Prattville is actually located in two counties. And Prattville is located about 20 minutes outside Montgomery, Alabama. And the population here is 36,599 people. Now, the average cost of a home here, if you're looking to move here, is $220,000. Now, right now, the cheapest home I've seen on the MLS that's currently for sale is priced at $150,000. And with that being said, there's not a whole lot of houses here in Prattville that are for sale for much lower than $250,000. So if you're on somewhat of a budget and you don't have a minimum of $250,000 to drop on a house, if you see something here in Prattville that you want that's on the MLS for sale, my suggestion to you is to act on it before it's too late. Now, as far as entertainment goes, I mean, if you look up Prattville, Alabama, there is a list of things to do entertainment-wise. Now, I will say there's plenty of parks here. There's plenty of restaurants here. Now, a couple of things you can do is you can visit the Pratt Cotton Gin Factory. There's also the Prattville Museum. That's spelled Pratttaugan. I can't pronounce it right. I probably butchered the hell out of it. If I did, my apologies. Don't mean no disrespect. And of course, this city was founded in 1839 by an industrialist and an architect. His name was Daniel Pratt, hence the name Prattville. my opinion, if you're looking to move in the greater Montgomery, Alabama area, and you're looking for a decent suburb to live, in my humble opinion, I would say Prattville is going to probably be one of your better suburbs. Prattville is going to be your largest suburb of Montgomery, and I would also say it's going to be one of your better suburbs. Now, if you're looking to move not far from this area, and you're looking to do it somewhat on a budget, you can always go to Millbrook, Alabama. Now, I did a video on Millbrook, Alabama, so you feel free to go on my channel and check that video out. Now, Millbrook, in my opinion, it's in my opinion, Millbrook is really nothing to write home about. My attitude about Millbrook is, if you're going to live in Millbrook, you might as well, if you have the extra money, you might as well spend the extra money and move here to Prattville. Or two, yeah, that's how I feel about Millbrook. I'm not saying Millbrook's a bad place to live. I'm just saying that if you're looking to live in a decent suburb in the greater Montgomery area, my opinion would be to come here to Prattville. We're going to take a quick drive through downtown Prattville, and this is my first time in Prattville, Alabama. I've never been here before. I've driven by it plenty of times, but never took the time to actually tour this city out until now, as I put this video together for those of you that want to move to mid-Alabama and you're looking for suburban living. want you guys to bear in mind that I am recording this video on a Sunday, which is the reason why you people do not see a whole lot of traffic. Now, during the weekday, Prattville is going to be a fairly busy city, given that it's so close to Montgomery. And it's just right off at 65. So that's the reason why you guys do not see a lot of traffic, is because I'm recording this video on a Sunday afternoon. I mean, I will say this city does have a nice downtown. And as a side note, I mean, I've made a few videos to where I've kind of took some shots at Alabama and said some stuff about Alabama that wasn't so good. Because on this channel, you know, I say what I say how I feel. I mean, I try to be as accurate as possible at the same time. Now, one thing which, I mean, now granted, when it comes to Alabama, I feel Alabama does have plenty of good qualities about itself. I mean, the longer that the longer I stay here in Alabama, the more I drive around Alabama and do these videos here, I do have to admit that although there's certain things which I wish were here in Alabama that's not here in Alabama, there's other things that I feel Alabama has which you're not going to find in too many other states or parts of the country. Like, for an instance, I told you guys earlier that the average housing prices here were $220, and I would say right now in this current housing market, I would have at least $250 before I came down here and got too excited at looking at houses. But even at $250, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, when I make a comparison, when I compare Alabama to Indiana, I'm not saying nothing bad about Indiana. Obviously, I love Indiana. However, the truth is the truth. And when it comes to Indiana, I mean, your cost of living, especially in the suburbs, are gonna be higher. Now, for those of you that have watched both my Alabama and my Indiana videos, I will say that when it comes to housing, for $220,000 up in many parts of Indiana, you will not be able to afford to live in any of the suburbs. Like any of the suburbs that are half decent, such as Fishers, Noblesville, or Carmel, I'm going to tell you guys right now, for $220,000, you're not touching any of those communities. Now, you come down here to Alabama, I mean, there are some houses here in Prattville that you can buy for that $220,000 price range. So that's one of the good things about living in Alabama. I mean, other than the mild winter weather down here and the fact that for the most part you barely have to worry about snow. Or if it does snow down here, the snow is gonna snow so little that for people like me that are from the north, the snow that's down here, the snow they get down here is gonna be laughable. So, but yeah, I mean, when it comes to housing affordability, Alabama is one of the most affordable states in the country where you can live. I mean, the only state that I could think where housing prices might be cheaper than Alabama is going to be Mississippi, and maybe certain parts of West Virginia. Other than that, you really can't beat the housing prices here in Alabama. In fact, housing prices down here are cheap enough to where if you're working remote or you have maybe your own business and you're able to make your own schedule, I'm going to drive you guys by this building real quick. It's kind of off in the distance a little bit, but I want you guys to look at it. Then there's this building that's missing. Looks like it's been gutted. Looks like they're going to renovate that building and turn it into something else. I don't know what it used to be. If anyone that's watching this video, if you know what that building used to be, leave a comment below. Looks like at some point someone went in there and gutted it out, took all the windows out, and they're getting ready to do some renovations. But hey, like I was saying a minute ago, the housing prices here in Alabama are cheap enough to where if you're from the north, and although you do like the idea of living in a warmer climate during the, let's say, late fall through the early spring, you don't want to deal with the snow and ice, then Alabama definitely is a good place to live. Now, unfortunately, around this time of year here in Alabama, around this time of the year, in many parts of the deep south, your summers are gonna be, your summers are gonna be humid. I would say down here, your summers are gonna be more humid than they're gonna be actually hot. So if you're not a fan of humid summers and torrential downpours, then my suggestion is you can buy yourself a nice, small, straight to the point house somewhere here in Alabama for about, what did it say, $75,000 to $100,000. And then you can go somewhere that's cooler and buy a house, or maybe rent an apartment, or whatever the case in that community. It's just a little idea which I thought I would throw out there for those of you that are looking to move to the deep south and you're kind of hesitant about coming down here due to the climate. So that's a thought for those of you that know that you're going to enjoy the mild winters, but you also know you're going to dislike the super hot and humid summers. Just an idea. Alright folks, in a minute here I'm going to end this video, and as always I thank everybody for tuning in and watching another episode of Andrew's Life. I appreciate everything you guys do for me. Without you guys I would not have a channel, so I'm going to take this opportunity to thank everybody for tuning in and watching another one of my videos. And until next time, everybody have a blessed one, and I will see you guys on the next one.